Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone Messiah, Phillip Brandon, joined by the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, what's going on, man?
Going good. We're here. The weekend or the show before SummerSlam, we got All In really kicking into high gear. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on here in the world of wrestling.
A lot of stuff is going on. We're going to try to get through it as quickly as possible. Sorry, we can't give you the whole thing. Sorry, we can't give you the whole thing. Sorry.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Hello. All right, let's get into it. The John Cena Classic has an update. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena spoke with, I believe it was Extra or TMZ, one of the two outlets. They're going to do it at the end of the year. They're still kind of working out the details of it all. But yeah, the John Cena Classic is still coming.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things I just like keep forgetting is like a thing because I'll be listening to podcasts and I'll just like randomly bring it up. And I'm like, oh yeah, the John Cena Classic is supposed to happen like this year, but they don't really talk about it. Hell, like they even really talk about it like the week after he announced it on Saturday night's main event, whatever show it was. But you know, it did not get a lot of positive reviews at the beginning, so maybe they're just gonna gaslight and just change everything that it's about when it actually happens. But you know, I guess it's good that it's still happening. I guess.
Of course. It's in the name of Big Match John, the Never Seen 17. Come on now. Sirius XM launches WWE Radio. They've taken over. They were Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7 for the last several months, but now it's WWE Radio. Thunder Rosa is left busted open with this new takeover and relaunch. You can hear shows like Not Sam Live. You can hear Busted Open. You can hear Cheap Heat. What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon. So what do you want to talk about with Cody Rhodes? Obviously, WWE Now, the recap of Raw and SmackDown, the WWE podcast. A lot of stuff on WWE Radio, man.
Yeah, just another venture way for WWE to kind of have their hands in a certain media market. You know, I don't have Sirius, but you know, I've listened to some Sirius shows and everything like that. And you know, the radio realm always felt like it was like an untapped market. I felt like for wrestling now. You know, radio in 2026 isn't like the radio back in like they had this is the Attitude Era.
This is probably the biggest thing, though. They are going to be having, you know, like how like you can listen to a baseball game on the radio. You can do that for WWE now. Vic Joseph and Booker T are going to be calling SummerSlam live on WWE Radio. This is something that WWE did do back in the day with like Jim Ross and I believe Gorilla Monsoon calling matches on air, but I've heard that they weren't really as descriptive as you need to be with radio, like not describing like how the attack is happening, what the superstars are wearing, and etc. like that. But Vic Joseph, we did an interview with Cheap Heat. He says he's all on and he's ready to go. So and Booker T, if you thought he was unhinged on Tuesday nights, you can only imagine what's going to happen when you can say whatever you want live on Sirius XM.
Yeah, the concept of, you know, calling a wrestling match on radio, like you said, has been done before and kind of thought about. And I'm intrigued to see how they were to do it. Because, like, if you, like, I've listened to sports on the radio, baseball, football, I think are perfect for the radio. But, like, something like hockey or basketball where it's, like, constantly moving and there's always something to say can be kind of hard. Wrestling, like, yes, there might be low points, but it's, like, a very visual type of medium where there's a lot of things being, you know, unspoken and spoken going at the same time, and I do wonder how Vic Joseph will be able to kind of like convey that just with the radio.
We will have to wait and see. Whenever when that audio drops, I'll try to find it and I'll send it to you, and we can go over it. Mike Santana is now known as Cruz Montana. Moving over to NXT, it says it's a name that represents him and his heritage and his father. Shout out to him, brother. Yeah, like when they change these people's names, like a lot of the times, like the names they go with it, like have some meaning to them. Like Perfect example. Royce Keys, I believe, it represents like his mother and his son. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, congratulations to Cruz Montana. Can't wait to see what he does in NXT. He's already kind of made some headways with his promo and everything like that. Triple Mania has moved to the MGM Grand. That's happening September 11th. Uh,
Never forget.
in yes, never forget in Los Angeles, or not Los Angeles, Las Vegas, California. Las
Las
Vegas,
Vegas, Nevada.
Nevada. Guys,
I mean, it's damn near California. Let's be honest.
no, it's not. I've done that drive a couple times. It's not. You never realize exactly how big California is, man. This thing is humongous.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good thing because I guess either they're getting some sort of preliminary or some sort of demand for it because originally it was supposed to be in the Luxor in like their little kind of small
Demand the
kind of small little esports arena that we had some wrestling shows for WrestleMania weekend, but now it got moved to the MGM Grand, which is where the first ever Double or Nothing was at, where a lot of like major boxing UFC shows have been. So yes, it's not the T-Mobile, but it's still a very good, solid 10 to 15,000 seat arena, and we'll see what they put on for the Americanized night one of Triple Mania for WWE AAA.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see. I almost thought about making the trip, but I have a booking the next day now. You know, brother. I mean, I could make these towns. Hold on, I could make these towns. Some of the boys just drove. Your boy Chima just did the old Salt Lake, Utah drive.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, real road warrior. Hello.
And I'm out here stressing, seeing if I get the old Jewel Smog today. So
Oh,
she
man.
passed, but it's always a hassle.
Where'd you go?
We go down on was it Llewellyn, the Speedy Smog place, like by the greenhouse.
I guess, but you don't have to say the price on air. But is
No,
it?
not my. That's not my favorite place in the world. It's like for me, it's an older car. I'd have to pay $100.
I know what. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna let you know a spot. I'm gonna let you know a
Oh,
spot.
I've been told. I have a coworker who said that they have a spot that I could go to, if you know what I mean.
No, no, this is legit. This
Oh,
is
this is legit. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
no,
okay.
this is legit.
Oh, okay. I
This
mean,
is.
it passed, so I don't got to worry about it for 2 years. But you know,
I'm gonna give you the spot. It's like $40, bro, and it's legit. Yeah.
that's all. That's all I need. I just need them to run the little tires, punch in the little code that I got to give them, and give me a pass, and going on our merry way.
Hey,
Also, since this is a wrestling podcast, homeboy that was there, short little Asian fellow, he looked like an Asian Eric Bischoff. I swear to God, he was dressed up head to toe, all black. He had a shaved head, but like just all gray hair. Like if whatever you think of like Eric Bischoff, kind of circa his Raw
like
GM run.
2005.
Yeah, his later Raw GM run. That basically is what that guy looked like.
I'm back and I'm back. Great theme song.
Anyways, Aaliyah Mysterio is apparently going to WWE.
Congratulations, man. It's the family business.
Yeah, the not official yet, but there's some photos circulating that she kind of hung out with her friends, and they were talking about her going to NXT or going to Florida. So it looks like Dom was a roaring success. Now he just went straight to the main roster during COVID, but it looks like she's going to go the more traditional route and go in NXT.
Hey, man. Hey, there you go. Let's see what she can do, man. Her acting during the Buddy Murphy stuff wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We
Maybe
shall.
we'll get her and CM Punk can throw a birthday party.
Oh, I can't. You remember that, dude?
Of course. How can you not remember? How can you never forget?
Happy birthday. It was very. It like looking back at it, was very creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that's I'm sure that's the vibe they were going for. Like you creepy sick bastard. You hate this man, and you're gonna sing happy birthday to his daughter with those beady little eyes. Good, straight edge society. Punk doesn't get enough credit, man. There was some good stuff in there. The New Day video. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it was a really well done, fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go out and watch it. It's on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere on Kofi and Woods's pages, and it's just a cartoon. It's very straightforward. Two unicorns kind of bust out of a circus, and they leave. They're no longer unicorns. They're human selves. And emotional part where they walk past a unicorn that has a broken horn. Obviously, that's Big E. Oh, my heartstrings. But yeah, great video and clearly, setting up what they're due because, Kairi Sane, she's, I think, signed somewhere. So a lot of these released WWE people are kind of like, on to the next step.
Yeah, man. Joe Gacy he has an interview with Chris Van Vliet dropping soon. By the way, I saw Joe Gacy put out like a podcast, ghosted him. We would never do that. So look, if there's ever the opportunity, brother, please come on down. Let's make that happen. Ty Mello at AEW release, so it's been granted. She's gone too.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it last week with the whole Time Mello Sammy Guevara thing and Tony Khan doing his pre pay-per-view press conference calls. He announced or whatever said that he might not have agreed with how everything was framed, but he did is going to grant Time Mello's release. It seems though Sammy Guevara still is going to be with the company, so just kind of like a little update from last week. Don't know, if Time Mello's going to stay in the business, but she's just not with AEW right now.
Oh, we shall see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Friday Night Smackdown was hailed live from the Oakland Arena. Your boy was in there last minute. Shout out to the plug. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Good atmosphere, man. It was fun. Yeah, man. Let's talk. Brandon, you should have been there, man.
Should have been there. I was unfortunately working. I didn't ask for the day off. Basically, not my entire story, but damn near every wrestling fan I know that's at my job was there. Seemed like they had a great time. But I still had my little interaction with wrestling. I went to the gym after work. No big deal. And what did I see parked out in the San Lorenzo Crunch parking lot? None other than the Cody Rhodes traveling bus with a big old picture of himself in his little Street Fighter outfit. Pharaoh's on the side door.
So
And
what?
then
What was he in the gym?
no, he
Or-
was not in the gym. I don't know what the logistics of Cody Rhodes' bus is, but he was there from probably like sometime after the show, so like 8 something to 10:30, and yep,
Probably just like a little rest stop, right?
I would assume so. I don't know if it was just if that was for him, for the driver. If I mean, it was only a drive from Oakland to Stockton. For those who don't know, it's like an hour 45-minute drive. If that, it's not that bad, but
Yeah. I would assume the driver's like resting during the show, right?
something like yeah, I don't know because by the time we left at 10:30, it was already gone. So I'm trying to pull up the photo I got. Yep, just right there. That's the Crunch parking lot, and that is, and also this is like 8:32. So I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know.
Oh well, no, because
There's also a video of him coming out of the bus, and he clearly was at the Oakland Arena. But like 8:32, because when this whatever Instagram photo was taken, is very early after the show has ended. So I don't know if maybe he got out of the bus for the show, and the bus parked there, and then Cody drove to. I don't know. That's just. I don't know what the logistics of this is, but it just all seems kind of weird.
well, no, yeah, no, we saw the bus drive away. It was about like 7. It was obviously 7 something. So yeah, you never know, man. Yeah, but Cody. So they did a backstage right with R-Truth and Damian Priest, and then they talk about hot dogs, and then Cody walks up. I like hot dogs. I don't know why, but I just thought that was hilarious. Anyway, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, he has a war of words with the undisputed WWE champion CM Punk. Cody Rhodes tells Punk that I do not like you. They talk about the pipe bomb. Everything you said, I actually did. You dropped a pipe bomb on the industry. I dropped a nuke on the industry. But I know that they wish that you had done all the things I did the whole time. And then Punk's like, well, you followed me. I actually followed you. Your pattern back here, which, obviously a slight mention at AEW, which the Friday night, man, because Cody was getting a little sassy, man. I like sassy Cody Rhodes. I wonder if he'll just, yeah, like you said, you followed me. Not exactly. The way I left is completely different than the way you did. Something like that would be good, man. It was a good fun war of words. And then the part at the end, where they play Cult of Personalities, like, no, get ready to play Kingdom in a second because this is the music you're going to hear at the end of SummerSlam. Boom. What'd you think of the promo segment?
I thought it was a strong segment, something that they kind of needed to do after the little, thing they did at Saturday Night's Main Event, and it was made a lot of sense. I mean, I think we talked about it last week. We almost didn't, wasn't beat for beat what she said, but it was very similar about how they have kind of two similar paths, but they just kind of carry themselves differently. And I think it sets up nicely for whatever they're going to do on SmackDown this week, and obviously the match itself. And it's, I'm not comparing the two between this one and Osprey and Omega, but it's very like, two baby faces going up against each other. They're not as friendly, I think, as the AW version is, but I think they're telling a good story, and it's just two. And like honestly, it's like this match and the Oba Brock match are kind of like the two matches I'm looking forward to at SummerSlam. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, no, SummerSlam is gonna be popping, man. The SummerSlam watch party we're gonna talk about here in a second. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn is official for SummerSlam. It is a WWE Championship number one contenders match. The last time one happened on a pay per view was your boy Daniel Bryan and The Miz down in Australia when Daniel Bryan went on to take the title off of AJ Styles and created the new Daniel Bryan. Great times. Yeah, man. Finn Balor wins a fatal four way involving himself, Damian Priest, Royce Keys, and Big Trick Willie. Trick Williams, bro. That guy got it, man. That guy has it. That crowd whooped. It was infectious, dude. It really was. It really was. I'm glad that brother's getting the shine. But yeah, the backstage segment, Sami Zayn, he was talking about like like yeah, like people are getting title opportunities. But where's mine? Where's mine? And then this was made to where like whoever wins just faces Sammy. What are your thoughts on Sami Zayn and the backstage of it all? And then obviously the match and Finn Balor winning.
I mean, I think Sammy's been doing a good job kind of post W or championship loss. So, it makes sense in the direction they're going. I think they're going to hold off on it a little bit, get to the predictions at the end of the show. But I think Sammy is in a pretty good spot right now because I think he's the heel, but he's making good enough points to where you can kind of see where he's coming from, and then maybe eventually
The heel
he
should
can,
always have truth.
and he can always possibly turn, or maybe I don't know what the end goal of this is, but I think they're in a really good spot of kind of like building contenders and building people, kind of outside of that main bubble of rest of top guys right now.
Finn Balor, he won. He said it's been 10 years since I won the Universal title at SummerSlam. He put on IG and Twitter like we're so close. We're so close to the finish line. So it's interesting, man, to see what we're gonna do. I'll just jump into this right here real quick. After this match, when what was over at the dark segment that happened, Trick Williams celebrating, with the people. Whoop that Trick is playing. Baron Corbin hits that ring and or ringside and attacks Trick Williams, beats him down, walks away, and Trick Williams said, "Hey, I want to know that you're not a bitch, and you gonna face me at SummerSlam for this title." So it's official. SummerSlam. Trick Willie defends the United States Championship against the lone wolf Baron Corbin.
I mean, it's a quick little feud that they just kind of started up a couple weeks ago. They're trying to find matches that'll fill out the SummerSlam card. Not saying,
You already know where I'm about to go. All right, I'll save it for the prediction.
I mean, why have the U.S. title? We have the WWE Championship, Philip. We know
Well, I
Baron
mean,
Corbin's got bigger fish to fry for you.
well, I mean, yeah, of course, but he
One
showed
step
up.
at a time. One step at a time.
He showed up and attacked the U.S. champion. He didn't show up and attack the WWE champion. So this is where we are. Gunther puts Nick Aldis through a table. The opening segment of SmackDown on TV it was good stuff. Nick Aldis, man, with those great punches, man. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was pretty straightforward. I think they did a good job of kind of establishing Nick Aldis kind of like as a wrestler because I don't think they've really done too much of that. So I thought this was like a kind of a good jumping off point for people
They,
who have no idea about his history to kind of like, okay, yeah, he's a little more than just a talking head in a suit.
they mentioned, or Gunther mentioned, you're a former NWA World Champion that got a pop from the crowd. So good stuff. Chelsea Green defeats Kiana James. Chelsea Green's theme song is kind of a banger.
Because I'm a hot mess.
I was listening to, you know what? Hot Mess, Laurel Van Ness, huh? There's a little reference to that, right? Yeah. I was like, this is actually, yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes those AI chatbots pump out a banger every now and then.
Nah, but who makes their music now?
AI chatbots.
No, I mean, like, it's not Def Rebel, but, or is it Def Rebel still?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's ask Google. We're gonna ask AI to tell us that WWE is using AI. There we go. Who makes WWE theme song? Come on, AI. Tell me what you do. They just have WWE Music Group.
All right. Anyway,
That's all they're giving me.
Charlotte defeats Nia Jax via disqualification. Well, Jade and the Baddies showed up. Shout out to B-Fab and Meech, and they were walking around. They drive away, going to greet people. Royce Keys went out there and greeted some people too. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, Nia Jax gets screwed over yet again.
It's a damn shame.
Can't be screwing over my girl, man.
Apparently, it's still Def Rebel. That's what the Google machine's telling me.
Yeah, there you go. Def Rebel. Um, yeah, so Nia Jax gets screwed. You can look, but you can't touch. Nikki Bella's back. Like Brie Bella got a pop when she walked out there. Nikki Bella, damn near Austin in '99. I'll say it.
They're right up the road there in Sonoma in the Napa Valley area. So hometown girl returns, even though they're from like Arizona and they're Eagles fans, but they live here, kind of. Not really.
Yeah, somewhat, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Inside the ring, Maya World wins the TBS Championship on her birthday. Shout out to Maya World, man. Congratulations to sis. She's doing the damn thing. Not only that, Willow Nightingale wins the AEW Women's World Championship. Willow wrestles. She wrestles the world, man. Shout out.
Yeah, if you want, you can listen to my AEW Redemption recap over on the Bulletcast feed. Overall, I thought the show was kind of meh. I mean, it was kind of like a very didn't need to happen type of show, but we did
Damn.
get two new champions with Maya World and Willow. I saw the Mayo coming, but Willow was like, yeah, I kind of like what Tekla was doing, but I did think they made a believer out of me with their segment on Dynamite, which we'll talk about. But Philip, once again, all elite white wrestling or whatever it used to be called.
Jeez.
You know, two beautiful black women champions. We got Kevin Knight as a champion. Proud of the people.
Hey, go soar with the jet, man. They should have. I mean, why don't just put the title on him? See what I'm talking about, man. What I'm talking about. All right, Grayson Waller returns to NXT. Talks about for the last what 2 years he was carrying around 240 pounds of dead weight. He said that he's still allergic to a microphone. I said, Jesus. Then he said for the last year of his career he was dressing for funerals, but the funeral was actually his career. But hey, it's a new day, and I got my sights set on the NXT title. So good stuff from Grayson Waller, man.
He did go after what's his name again? Cruz Montana, and kind of buried him a little bit with some talks about being, doesn't mean much to be a TNA champion, but Grayson Waller's kind of like in that perfect spot to where he has a little bit of name value from the main roster, and he can come down in NXT, and they are
Yeah,
kind of
I mean,
hurting for top tier men talent over there. So
we talked about it during WrestleMania 40. Won the SmackDown tag titles that morphed into the WWE tag titles. Yeah, yeah, no. What you call it? Monday Night Raw live in LA from the Intuit Dome. Seth Rollins gets the best of Roman Reigns yet again. They're going back. They're going back and forth. Actually, Roman walks out there, aura forming, doing all the things. Doing all the things. He gets ready. Los Angeles. Seth Rollins music hits. Rollins says, "Seth, Los Angeles, acknowledge me," and then they go back and forth. What you call it? Rollins says, your family's going to be there. Your family was there in WrestleMania 31 when I cashed in on your ass. And this Saturday or Sunday is going to be no different. They're going to go home crying yet again. They're going to realize their daddy's a loser. Their daddy gets owned by Seth Rollins. Their daddy is Seth Rollins B, and then Roman punched him. But before that, Roman's like, it's not just me that needs to beat you. It's not just my family that needs me to beat you. The whole industry needs me to beat you. And they start trading them back and forth, boom, 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 Superman punch, spear. And Roman's not done. That's obsession from all those years ago still, with that chair to the back. He goes to grab a chair, he slides in the ring, and boom, a stomp on the chair by Rollins to Roman Reigns. Yeah, man. Notice the bloodline has not interfered in any of this.
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they don't do anything at SummerSlam and they just kind of have them wrestle. This one didn't do too much for me, to be honest. We had kind of three
But
pillar.
Brandon, the industry needs Roman.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that means because they didn't explain it, but
They didn't
apparently
acknowledge it.
they did not acknowledge what Roman beating Seth.
Roman also, like he stated, I'm the last superstar here. Like think about it, like Cena's gone. Like I'm the last big draw, and like basically what it's saying is like to solidify myself as truly the last superstar. I'm the last superstar, but I can't beat you. And then Rollins also told Roman like you'd be better at me than a lot of things, but never professional wrestling. But then that's kind of a counteract with like I am. I think he means like the actual in ring of it all, but I mean, Roman, he's the game has been stepped up over the years and whatnot. It's very interesting, but yeah, man, the industry needs Roman Reigns to beat Seth Rollins.
I guess. But I mean, honestly, this thing it wasn't really doing much for me. I thought both of these guys are not the most likable people in the world in terms of like where they're coming from and the story they're telling. Like if you look at what they did on SmackDown, what they did on Dynamite, this one I think was a clear
That's
third.
that's also another thing. Like Seth was like, I suckered you into this. Seth's still like, I'm the architect, I'm the mastermind. Still doing
I
that.
feel like this entire feud is just nostalgia baiting. It's like
Bro, they're always gonna have you with the Shield War.
everything is just talking about stuff that happened 10 plus years ago and nothing is really like talking about the now. And like I get it, like they're gonna be like, oh, long-term storytelling, but it's one thing to have like a 500-page book that has like a bunch of stuff, but if like the current, the last couple pages aren't even relevant to this year, like who really cares?
Well, no, I mean, they're it's like I said, they're going off the Shield lore, yes, but I mean, they're always going to kind of have you with that. Um, and then what you call it? Seth said like you can't do anything by yourself. I wanted Roman to be like, well, I won this title by myself. I've retained it twice by myself. What that's neither here nor there. Roman has some more dates announced throughout like September and October, I believe. So Tribal Chief is going to be around, man.
Yippee.
Yeah, shout out to my tribal chief. But yes, man, the industry needs Roman Reigns to beat Seth Rollins. Yeah.
Well, hopefully the industry is still standing if
Uh,
Seth wins, but let's be
I mean,
honest.
Seth, burn it down.
Then it will happen.
The industry's not going to stand if Roman Reigns loses. Is it going to go away?
Yeah, it's gonna just fade. 100 plus years of 150 years of wrestling history, just like that. Every single company folds. This podcast will end.
Oh,
We're all done.
oh God. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar weigh in. Brock Lesnar does not get in the cage. The mics were not working for some reason. Paul Heyman says Brock Lesnar is the king of the cage. Brock Lesnar is the king of the Broctagon. Brock Lesnar says, "I'll see you at SummerSlam, bitch." There was a lot of bitches on the show.
We had some middle fingers going back and forth.
I watched the replay. They just censor it out on Netflix. They like even Brock's shirt gets censored.
I don't know because Mr. VPN over here. I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, I watched it relatively soon after it was done, so
Yeah,
like they didn't have time to censor anything, I guess.
yeah. But what you call it? Yeah. Then Obafemi goes crazy on the Los Angeles police. One of those men was actually the guy that got chokeslammed. Shout out to Illuminate, member of the Melanin Empire. Shout out Big Breath. And then the power bomb. Mm.
So, Philip, are you telling me those people were not actually Los Angeles Police Department
Well,
officers?
Illuminate, aside from being a member of the Melanin Empire, he also acts as a part-time.
A lot of these wrestlers need day jobs, and that's what his day job is.
Yeah, he
Yeah. Okay.
operates as a part-time contributor to the Los Angeles Police Department. But yeah, brother, that one guy that took that power bomb, Jesus Christ, brother, he went too early. He went too early, brother. So I would give him the receipt and kick him in the back.
Once again, it's one thing for like the wrestlers to like be killing these security guards, but when you go to a step further, it's like police officers. I get it. Shocker. It's all fake. It doesn't really matter, but it's like takes me a little bit out of the moment.
I was in there, bro. I was all for it. I gotta ask, bro. Like, what's it like to be inside hell in a cell? Like,
I will say they did the video package about like it was basically a video package about the Hell in a Cell, and I thought they did a pretty good job. It was like telling the history, telling about like everything and like what the match
WWE,
means.
regardless of whatever we say, the video packages are always top notch.
And brother, there was a lot of video packages on this Raw. It
Yeah,
was all video
we're,
packages
we're promoting.
and pre-production promos. Like
Yeah, 'cause we're promoting a big show. Yeah, and people got to realize that. What's the E stand for?
entertainment.
Yeah, we gotta promote these things, man. This is the model they've used for decades, man. And people complain that only like three matches happen on Raw. Well, yeah, man. It's the in-house fans. They get like the main event and the dark match. They're getting stuff, man. The Usos and Solo Sikoa. The Usos are out there talking. Oh, I'm sorry, SmackDown. The dark match on SmackDown after it went off was the Usos versus the Vision, and Jay Uso. He thought Marcus Mack was George Kittle. That was I got a pop out of that one.
Yeah, well, I can see it.
Yeah, no, but
If you left George Kittle in the dryer a little too long.
he was like, George Kittle's here. We were like, what? And then after like it was over, Jimmy's like, oh, like look. And then Jay was like, shout out to Marcus Mack, who's my bad, good stuff. But yeah, the Usos are out there letting Solo and his crew know that this is the warning shot, and you hear a bow, and Jimmy's like, yeah, and then Jay's like, that's not me. And then you just see Solo, big Solo Dolo Sokoa. How did you feel about Solo's backstage on SmackDown, bro? It was like, remember when Kane was talking to Hogan and The Rock? He was just going off.
I mean, Solo's been soloing recently. I mean, I think if people kind of forget like what he was doing down in the NXT days, where he was like really showing kind of like the more human side of him, and I think we're definitely getting that like kind of with this incarnation of Solo right now.
Yep. People love where Solo's at, baby. Mr. Solo Dolo Sokoa. Solo told Roman Reigns, you can kiss my ass. And then, big Royce Key. Oh, no, the LA Knight. Yeah. Yeah. LA Knight comes out there. LA Knight's like, we can save this for SummerSlam, or I can walk down the ramp right now. We can get this started. They're going at it. Solo and LA Knight and Usos. Jacob Fatu comes out there. Boom. Lays them out. Royce Keys comes out there. Clothesline to Big Oos. Oos pops back up with the tongue and death grip. Yeah. Oos takes all the finishers and then gets out of there. We got a 6-man tag, baby.
They unfortunately they didn't do our boy Royce Keys any favors because they set him up for like the to make the save, and God bless him, he got no pop. I felt bad for him. It's like let's be honest, like Keys is kind of the sixth out of the six guys in this match, and they set him up to get the Austin pop, and he got.
They got to get used to the theme song, bro, or like he needs something because like.
Because it's like if they put LA Knight in that situation, I felt like he would have got a big pop. But like Royce Keys isn't going to handle that talking segment like LA Knight would, and it's like you obviously want LA Knight to talk. Yeah, it was the whole thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Or maybe Keys should have just ran out there.
Just no music.
Yeah. Danhausen Joe Hendry segment. So the Vision injures Otis. Yeah, the Vision injures Otis.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of ran through him, had the match. As much as you would think, oh, maybe they're going to tell a nice underdog story with Tozawa and Otis. No, I think they need to be kind of in the business of building the Vision back up and doing whatever they're going to do with them. And as talented I think both guys are, I think you just kind of sacrifice them and move on. And it is interesting to see where Braun Breaker is because, I mean, we were expected he could have maybe main evented WrestleMania this year, and now he's like the background player in an Otis Tozawa feud.
He was supposed to win the Royal Rumble.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's talk about something I popped for. Raquel Rodriguez wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship, bro. Hell yeah. Big mommy cool. Let's get it, baby. Good match. Good fucking match, man. I really enjoyed this. And then the EO and the live of it all, and then Roxanne with the save, man. I like the finish. I really enjoyed the finish. She's going for the soul snatcher, yanks her arm, smacks the head on the post. Chicana bomb 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah, dude! I'm excited, bro.
I mean, I like Raquel. I think I don't like saying like you deserve it stuff, but she's been doing some good stuff, and I think she's definitely improved as a singles wrestler.
I mean, look at the chase. She was chasing the women's world title. It didn't happen. Chasing like opportunities in Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. Those things didn't happen. Chasing the IC title once before didn't happen. Yeah, man. I mean, she's a 5-time tag team champion. So shout out to her and getting this one. I'm excited to see what her run is. And
my thing is more like this the Sol Ruca of it all. It's like you put a lot of cachet into her beating Becky Lynch, and then they didn't really do anything with her after that. It was like she had like some matches here and there, had some like good stuff with Lyra and some other matches, but like no real feud. She just kind of puttered along for a couple months and then just loses. Now maybe she's better on the chase and they do something with her and Raquel. Maybe she wins it back later, but I just felt like this not a great start for Sol Ruca's WWE main roster career, I would say.
I mean, how long she had the title? Like 2 months?
Let's see.
I mean, we gotta see what happens with her, but I'm excited for Raquel to see what she does with the Women's Intercontinental Championship. They played a more video package for Big Cass, so we'll see him after SummerSlam. How long should you have that title before we get into AEW? Do you know? Doesn't say.
So
Yeah.
what? She had it for 57 days.
All right, Dave. Sometimes you don't have it for that long, man. Quick, like some of these title changes on TV is not. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. I mean, the Attitude Era, like titles were dropping hands left and right. You know? Yeah. That's why The Rock had like what before he retired, he had 9 world champion or not retired before he left. Uh, Before he came back, he had what 9 world titles. A lot of those happened within a very quick span of time. You know. Yeah. Let's get into AEW.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantastic show. I would say one of the best Dynamites in quite some time. They're on the starting point, on the building block to All In post Redemption. Like I said, Redemption itself was a kind of bloated, didn't really need to happen show, but I thought this Dynamite was absolutely phenomenal. They started off with Osprey and the Death Riders. They met underneath the bridge or whatever outside the arena, and they had a talk. Osprey said he's out of the Death Riders. He was done. Bam, he left. No physicality between those two. He runs into Hangman Page. That sets up something later with a conglomeration, yada yada yada. But the Osprey Death Rider thing continued on from Redemption. Also, just a really great opening promo, or not opening promo, but they did like a video of the Death Riders in the arena while Redemption's still going on, watching the ending of Redemption, which was Omega hitting Osprey with the One Wing Angel, and then almost dead named, almost said Ambrose Moxley then cuts a promo on Osprey saying like, "Look, I kept telling you this guy's a snake. He's going to do anything to keep that title. He turned on you. You sacrificed yourself to help this guy. Blah 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 blah." And I thought it was just great storytelling and just once again this Death Riders Osprey kind of dynamic. I just enjoyed it so much, and I thought it's been phenomenal. A lot of good talking on the show. I know Dynamite and AEW is not really a it's more of a wrestling show, but I thought the promos on the show was phenomenal. They had a sit down.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry, it was with the Moxley, but that was a nice callback. Remember when Omega won the AEW title, he turned on John Moxley.
Yeah, and they inserted that with the screwdriver. They, like I said, they've been doing some great stuff with this Death Rider stuff. They had a sit down with the Young Bucks and Copeland and Christian. Once again, two baby faces showing respect to each other, talk about what it means for each one of them in this match to win. You know, the Young Bucks still trying to fortify their legacy. Copeland and Cage trying to continue on their legacy and kind of having this one last run. Sit down. Renee Paquette, I think she is unsung hero of AEW. She was in so many segments and so much stuff this entire show, and she was in the sit down with the tag team. I thought that was great. Maya World defeated Persephone to retain the TBS title. Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida got involved, so probably maybe some sort of like mega 4 or 5 way match for that coming up later. And we had the Willow Nightingale celebration. She cut a promo with Renee Paquette in the middle of the ring, and she kind of talked about what it meant for her to finally win the championship. You know, how maybe people saw her in a certain light, whether because of how she looks, how she acts, blah, blah, blah. And then Mercedes Moné comes out. She goes and talks down to Willow. And just this was after all, you know, we've been talking about a lot of the face dynamic. This was a straightforward heel face dynamic. And despite me thinking I kind of wanted Tekla to win to do Tekla and Monet, but I think Monet is just much better suited in this heel persona. And Willow is kind of the ultimate baby face in her character. So Willow and Monet going up against each other makes a ton of sense. Then
Uh,
the
but we have new trios champions, right?
for the men,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's only one trios title.
Well, there's too many championships to go on right now.
The
There's too much
demand.
stuff.
Shout out to my guy Toa Leona. The demand. Uh, I look. Am I a fan of the demand? Am I a fan of the demand?
I believe so because the demand is a demand.
Hey, we demand you stand up. God damn it. Hello. Come on now.
But yeah, Hangman Page was came out and helped the conglomeration. Yeah, so Hangman Page can go after every single title except for the one that matters, I guess. But yeah, Willow and Monet, fantastic segment. The Brawling Birds and the Divine Dominion also got involved. Philip, did you see the segment from Redemption of Mick Foley barking like a dog?
No. What?
Oh, that was kind of their Danhausen Joe Hendry concert for AEW. Yeah. But anyways, main event segment. Um, like I said, a lot of talking on the show, but this was just fantastic. Maybe one of the best promo segments I think AEW has ever done. Osprey, Omega, they come out, they talk to each other, they talk about what happened at the end of Redemption, what Omega was going through, what he was thinking, going through his head, saying how, he couldn't fight him, he couldn't, take the chair off himself, but he heard the noise, he heard the crowd, he knew Osprey was there to help him, and then he was finally able to come out and take the chair off his neck, but then he saw that plastic bag, and he saw that meant Osprey was thinking about possibly taking him out with that plastic bag. And if he was going to take him out, or if he was going to take him out, then Omega has to do it. And how and then Osprey talked about his relationship with the Death Riders, how he thinks that he actually did like it because it kind of made him feel like he was back in Japan, just the camaraderie, and he doesn't like how they go about things sometimes, but he understands them. He likes, like I said, the family aspect of it. And Omega slapped Osprey around, said he's brittle, he always falls short. Osprey kind of fired back, hit him, just yelled at the top of his lungs and said he's going to come after him because he didn't want to attack Omega because he wants to beat him at his best. And if he can beat him at his best, that means he is the best. And I was like, can All In be this weekend? Because I thought this was just absolutely phenomenal stuff. Great talking, great way to build both these guys up, tell a story about two baby faces who are kind of coming, two friends, two baby faces, however you want to say it, kind of coming at different angles, and yes, they have disagreements, but they still kind of, you see where they're coming from. And I thought it was just such dynamic storytelling in wrestling that if people, want to say, oh yeah, wrestling just for dumb hicks and it's just dumb stuff, like I think the story's been fantastic so far, and hopefully they can land the plane.
Can they?
And that's Dynamite.
Can they land the plane? Can they land?
Well,
the plane?
I mean, you would think so because the wrestling aspect would be the point you have no doubt in, and I think the talking segments or stuff like, oh, Osprey and Omega trying to cut a promo and build a match, and I mean we have 30 more days, so we got 4 more shows until then. So maybe they're not going to go as intensely as they will this first day, but they are off to a roaring start. I would not be shocked if this sells a good amount of tickets. I don't know what the numbers are at right now. I think they're a little bit over 30,000. So I would not be shocked if they can maybe talk 10,000 people into the building and get over 40. I would not be shocked if that happens.
Where's this at?
They're going back to Wembley, brother.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's see.
I mean, they have bumped some tickets up since the announcement of Omega Osprey a couple weeks ago. Let's do a quick little Google. If you haven't seen, I mean, if you don't follow them on WrestleTix is a great spot. You can support them on whatchamacallit, SummerSlam currently, 34,000, 35,000, or no, that's tickets distributed, 32,000 for them. And it doesn't look like they have a kind of updated thing for Wembley yet, but let's see. Do they have one for Wembley? What's I don't know how any of this shit works. Oh, here we go.
We shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
Here we go. All In. July 24th is when they did this. This is a week ago. Currently, 33,500 has been distributed. So I think they can get over 40,000. I think they can get over 40,000 for this show.
How much did they have the last time?
Well, let's see. All In Wembley. Well, last year was in Texas. That one doesn't really count. That one had 21,000, so they've already surpassed that. And then for London last year, they had 46,000. So it could still be down from the last time they were in London, which, whatever it's called, the returns always seemingly go down. But, I mean, we got a month left, 13,000 tickets. I don't think they can do it, but I think if they can get over 40, that's probably a success for them.
Yeah, come on now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, SummerSlam, it is going down. But before we get into the card, at the newly named Grand Temple Arena, GTA, the Oasis Pro Dojo has been named the Grand Temple Arena. They're doing a watch party over there, 1275 San Pablo Avenue, Berkeley, California, 3 p.m. both days, Saturday and Sunday. $5 entry. There will be food. There will be drinks. Go watch the biggest party of the summer with the talent of Oasis Pro. You don't want to miss that. Let's get into it. SummerSlam, the card Saturday. Now, the only caveat I will have with this, they have both 6-person tag matches on the same night. I'd put the Danhausen match on Saturday and move one of these one of these 6-person tags. I'd probably put the yeah, I'd probably put the 6-man tag on Sunday, in my opinion. That's just here neither here nor there. That being said, we have a 6-woman's tag. The Bella Twins and Paige going up against Fatal Influence. I got the baby faces going over.
Yeah, I think so. No titles on the line doesn't really make they can lose whenever. So I think you just get the baby faces to win. And maybe this moves on to the Bella Twins
Bella
challenging
Twins turn
for.
on Paige, or what if they lose? The Bella Twins turn on Paige,
Well, I mean,
and then Paige calls AJ, and we get a repeat of 31.
there we go. Never forget.
Come
Chair
on now.
chair sitting right here.
Hey, hello. All right. The ring general looks to end the career of the dealer, the national treasure, Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis has his first match back in 3 years. I got Gunther going over.
Yeah, I think Gunther pretty straightforward. You just have him win. Not saying like he's buried if Nick Aldis loses or wins, but I mean, what is he honestly going to do? And I think you can always go back to do another match with Nick Aldis if you need to, and it's perfectly fine. I think it does much more for Gunther to win this and kind of keep his. I was going to say momentum, but I really don't think he has any momentum, to be honest. After retiring all the legends, and they did, it's kind of similar to Soruka. Have a little something, and then just don't do anything with them.
Yeah, I mean, he had more than a little something, something. I mean, he retired John Cena and AJ Styles back to back.
Yeah, I know. And then what do you do at WrestleMania?
He wrestled Seth Rollins. He was Paul Heyman's hired gun. That was still a high caliber.
Because he had nothing planned for WrestleMania. It was like,
Well, no,
okay,
they were going
is Braun
Mysterio
Breaker
route.
going to be healthy? No. Okay, we'll put Gunther in, I guess.
They were going the Rey Mysterio route, and then Rey got hurt or whatever the hell happened.
No.
He was about to retire Rey Mysterio. He's just about to retire them all, bro. All right. After that, we're gonna get into the Women's World Championship: Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I think the Io wins. She's gonna outlast Trouble. That's me.
Yeah, I don't love that we're kind of agreeing on everything because I do like to debate, but I think Io will win. I think maybe Raquel winning on Raw does kind of like not foreshadow, but we always love those Judgment Day dissension segments. And if Liv doesn't have a title, but Raquel does have a title, then like the power dynamic kind of switches and she can kind of boss Liv around a little bit. So
I miss the old Judgment Day song. I'm gonna say it. All right, let's get into it. It is a 6-man tag. The megastar LA Knight, versus Mr. Solo Dolo Sikoa and Big Royce Keys going up against the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu and one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. I got the Bloodline going over.
once again, let's make it a 4-for-4 here. I think the Bloodline do win. They're an actual team. I think it makes more sense. You always kind of want the team, I think, to win more than the kind of hodgepodge of the 3 singles guys together.
Not only that, I think Solo falls in line.
And that's another thing. They could do an angle at the end of this, or everyone doesn't get along. Whether I mean, all 3 of these guys are kind of combustible elements, even though LA Knight is a clear babyface or fan favorite. So
Solo spikes either Royce Keys or LA Knight, and the Usos and Jacob get to win.
there you go. Book it. Bet the house.
Come on now. All right, and then it is Obafemi, the ruler Obafemi versus the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar inside of the Brocktagon, a.k.a. the Devil's Favorite Playground, a.k.a. Hell in a Cell. Obafemi, he's 27 years old, man. He's got his whole career ahead of him. This is the moment. This is the moment. This is why Brock Lesnar beat down John Cena at WrestlePalooza, so we can get to what happened with Obafemi at WrestleMania, so we can get to here. Obafemi beats Brock Lesnar. Brock, he may or may not ride off into the sunset.
I think it's pretty clear cut. Everybody bet the house that Obafemi wins this match. I don't know what the odds are. I probably could have looked them up. But I think Oba, they're clearly kind of putting the emphasis that Brock has never lost. I mean, it's only 2 matches. It's 2 matches against The Undertaker, so it's not exactly. It's The Undertaker, but it's no streak. But
it's a streak that will never be broken.
Actually, isn't it for Major League? It's like back to back. But once you win 3 in a row, that's a streak. So technically, you have to win 3 to make it a streak. But yeah, I think Obafemi just wins. Pretty straightforward. Probably over under. It's at the match. Maybe, like I said, maybe shortest Hell in a Cell match in history. And I do wonder, like, I know when is this gonna? Because they're not. Are they doing free ESPN showings? I don't think they have because I'm not hearing anything. Like they weren't plugging anything like that. And these matches have been on free ESPN for the most part. But I don't think this will be the man. I think this will just probably be the opener. I think because I know it's like the most.
No, man, make it the semi. That has to go semi. That has to go second to last.
I mean, they always say if you're not main eventing, you'd rather be opening. But I agree. I think it should be the semi. But they do like kind of kicking it off with a little bit of a bang.
Kick it
But
off.
then I mean, you look at all these matches outside of that. Like what? I don't really know what matches
You
like.
can start with Gunther and Aldis.
Or maybe you do the bloodline because they like having the crowd like yeet and they can chant for LA Knight and stuff like that. But
Bro, Solo got me. He was like, "Are you gonna eat for 30 minutes? Are you gonna do this stuff and bore everybody to sleep?" That guy is great, man. That guy's great. All right, let's talk about WrestleMania Sunday. This oh we no, we have one more match on Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for the undis. Oh my god, I see. I'm so excited. My computer almost took a bump. It is for the undisputed WWE Championship. The best in the world, CM Punk goes up against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I think CM Punk retains. But but you have that number one contenders match. If Finn wins, we just did Punk and Finn last year. I'm gonna go CM Punk. I'm gonna go CM Punk. I think it'll do Cody good not to be around the title for a while.
yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what they'll do with this one because I think you can go either which way, and a lot of the these matches, I we talked about. I think a lot of these matches are pretty full conclusion, but this one I think they could honestly go either way, and I agree with you that I think it's time for Cody to maybe take a little bit of a step back, do some stuff that doesn't involve the title. Maybe it involves a Punk turn or like him doing something dastardly, almost similar to like what Kenny did at the end of the pay per view. Like he does something to where you can maybe say it's a heel turn, but then he can kind of walk it back later and ultimately kind of stay in the face role. So yeah, I think Punk retains by the skin of his teeth
All right, I like that.
in some angle because they love doing angles at the end of these pay per views,
They love a good angle. I love a good angle. All right,
especially after night one.
yep. SummerSlam Sunday. Let's get into it. Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. I think Dominic wins.
No, I think
The
Danhausen
money's
wins.
on a pole match.
Yeah, oh yeah, human money's on a pole match, so we got a WCW Classic right now. Yeah, they are milking this man dry. I mean, God bless Danhausen. He's probably making more money than he's ever made in his entire life in these past couple months, but I think they just have him win because clearly they see him in a higher light right now than Dominic, which is kind of wild thinking where we were like a year ago with Dominic thinking he was going to take the next step, and he still hasn't.
It's coming. It's 2027. I see it.
One of these days. But look at that. We finally disagreed on a match. It only took us to night two.
I know. Look at us. Look at us. All right. Also, we have the United States Championship match. Big Trick Willie, whoop that trick, goes up against Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin needs to beat him. What was the point of coming back if you're just going to lose the first match back? I think Baron Corbin needs to beat Trick Williams. Trick Williams will be all right.
I mean, Trick hasn't exactly, yes, he's over, but he hasn't like been lighting the world on fire with it. But I just don't. I mean, if you're gonna have him lose, I think you're gonna have him like move up or do something else. I think I just go with Trick Williams to get the win. I know Phillip's a little more high on Baron Corbin than I am, but well, we also do kind of have Carmelo Hayes kind of out there as well, so maybe he gets somewhat involved, and we kind of extend this feud to make it a triple threat. So I think Trick Williams retains.
All right. All right. Then we have the WWE Championship number one contenders match: Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor. Let's see Sami really crash out. Give me Finn Balor.
Yeah, I can go. I think you can go either which way on.
This match is going to cook, by the way.
I mean, yeah, it should be really good if given time and kind of both of them are motivated and I think it mostly comes down to the crowd. Like if the crowd is behind this match and if they like booing Sammy and Giddy behind Finn, the match can be a lot of fun. I think you go with Finn because they've turned Finn. Finn's kind of like in his own spot. And like I said, if Punk does win and he maybe turns a little bit, and maybe he's like, turns a little bit, but then maybe finally once he gets to Finn, it's kind of like that's when the full switch flips, and they can kind of like, he can really like, God bless him, like destroy Finn and like really put some heat on him for then kind of the bigger fish to go after Punk.
Absolutely. All right. It is the Intercontinental Championship. Penta defends against Chad Gable. I got Chad Gable winning. Come on now.
Yeah, they put over Chad pretty strong on Raw, talking about his roots in Minnesota and everything that it means. But
Minnesota.
and they're, Penta's just kind of there. He hasn't really been doing a whole lot, having good matches and stuff like that. But um, yeah, I think you just have uh, Chad Gable win, and we just kind of move on and see what he does from there.
All right. It is for the interim WWE Women's Championship. It is a ladder match. Tiffany Stratton, Minnesota's hometown girl or home state girl, going up against Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, and I think it's going to be Nia Jax. I think Nia's going to find her way in there. But yeah, Chelsea Green?
It's for the interim championship, so it's whoever you think will go up against Rhea Ripley. Um, Charlotte seems like the most logical option just because they were kind of teasing something like that. But, this is a SummerSlam. If they do the match, are they going to really do that match like in a.
Or does the man come around?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, we were talking about Sol Ruka. It did remind me of like, yeah, Becky is not on the show and has not been on the show for quite some time. So,
Yeah. I saw she was in LA, but yeah.
um, I I'm gonna go with Charlotte, and I'm not really confident in that. It's either like Charlotte or Jade, and like I know we're gonna run it back with Jade again. But if you just kind of put the title on Jade, she kind of does her thing for a little bit, and then Rhea beats her again. We can kind of move on and kind of do, what the whole plan was post WrestleMania. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. All right. SummerSlam Sunday, the last match, the penultimate match, the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. The visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins goes up against the OTC, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Remember, last year's SummerSlam, Seth Rollins walked away with the World Heavyweight Championship, cashed in on CM Punk. I got my tribal chief, man. I got my tribal chief.
Yeah, he definitely doing it again. Now we're gonna take the house. We take the money we won with Obafemi, and we're gonna take it and bet that on Roman Reigns beating
I
Seth
mean,
Rollins.
you look at the track record, man. Are we in for another one? Are we in for another multi-year run by the tribal chief?
I don't know. I
In
think we
my
are.
opinion, I love Cody Rhodes. Roman should have never lost the title. Roman should still be the champion right now.
I think we're heading towards Obafemi Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. If not WrestleMania, sooner than that. But I think Oba and Roman is definitely kind of the match I see them heading towards, and with Roman kind of slightly leaning towards heel, or at least being a little more of a dick
Well,
than.
no. Remember what Seth Rollins said in this situation. I'm the bad guy, right? Remember that.
Yeah, and Seth was a bad guy at Saturday's main event a couple weeks ago. But we just
Oh yeah,
completely forget
he
about.
was full blown. He was definitely the heel in that situation. Absolutely.
We don't talk about that, but yeah, I think you just have Roman beat him, and like I said, no interference, no nothing, just straightforward. Roman beats Seth. You can kind of put that behind him. This won't be the last match, though. I think I'm not saying like soon, but they will do this match again, even though they're kind of building this up as the last time ever.
Yeah, it'll be the main event of WrestleMania 49.
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
they'll run the Shield triple threat back when Mox comes back. Do you think Moxley ever comes back? I think he will, but I just don't know if it's like in his kind of late peak or late prime, or kind of like when it's over. Like just he's like in his Jericho phase right now.
Oh jeez.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I think he will come back. I just don't know when.
Oh god. Not the
But at
Jericho.
that point, it's like, is Roman gonna still be there? I think Seth will be there, but I just don't know if Roman will be there.
Oh, it's Tribal Chief. Tribal Chief will always be there. He will always loom over. Because
You sure he won't be like filming like Moana 7 at that point?
remember this. He's going to be filming the Marine Nine
Oh, okay.
and the Chaperone 4.
Still waiting for the chaperone too.
Hey, so was Triple H. Hunter growing the hair out. You see?
I wish I could do that.
You're pretty full there, buddy.
Well, just gotta go turkey. Plug some things up in the front, but
You gotta get Cena's guy. Yeah. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back with a recap of all of the SummerSlam festivities. Thank you guys so much. Again, 1275 San Pablo Avenue, Berkeley, California, Saturday, Sunday, 3 p.m. The Oasis Pro Dojo, now known as the Grand Temple Arena. Not only that, they also announced Temple Lucha Libre.
ooh,
Hey, come on now. Come on now. Things are going down. Next week, August 7th, We Active, Melanin Mafia, Melanin Empire contract signing. They find out what match they're having on August 22nd. And not only that, the winner of said match on August 22nd gets an opportunity at those Three Kings Trios titles. You don't want to miss that. We also got Mia Sweets versus Chima for the Pacific Seas title. Journey Fatu's in action next week. A whole lot's going down. Pull up to that, but we're going to plug that again next week. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.